welcome to our presentation on using social media for the job search. Whether you're new to the job market or new to social media, this presentation will hopefully help you out. My name is Nicole Corey. I'm from the Heldrick Center for Workforce Development at Rutgers University.
And my name is Rob Sewell. I am the Senior Writer-Editor from the Heldrick Center for Workforce Development, and also the co-author of a series of issue briefs on using social media for job search. So first and foremost, it's important to know that today employers are increasingly using social media to find workers. Just take a look at these numbers. According to surveys from SelectMinds and JobVite, between 72 and 80% of employers are using social media to find workers. Additionally, 64% have successfully hired as a result of social media. So how are they using social media? First, they're using it to get suggestions and get recommendations from their networks about potential employees that meet their job needs, that meet their job requirements. They're also, instead of posting job openings on job boards and through newspapers, they're posting their opportunities on LinkedIn and Twitter. They're also turning to social media to search for possible job matches. They're searching through LinkedIn's profiles to see about potential workers that meet their needs. They're also using social media to screen workers to see if they have the necessary skills, abilities, and educational requirements that are needed for that position. Finally, employers are turning to social media to uncover digital dirt about their potential employees. You've all heard the expression, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, the same is true of the internet. What happens on the internet stays on the internet. So employers are turning to social media to uncover possibly damaging information about their job candidates. They're looking for posts that they may have posted on message boards, rants and raves, potentially inappropriate photographs that could be detrimental to them. On your screen right now is a URL for a webinar, an archive of a webinar that the Heldrick Center did last year about how you as a potential job candidate can go about cleaning up your digital dirt. I highly recommend you check it out and put into practice some of the things that are recommended on the webinar. With so many employers turning to social media to find employees, it's really important, it's wise for the job seeker to turn to social media for their own job search. The rest of our presentation is going to focus on this topic, this subject, and we're really going to explore how you as a job seeker can turn to social media for your job search.
All right, so let's talk about LinkedIn for a few minutes. LinkedIn is a huge, vast network. It has 150 million members. 75 million of those are in the United States alone. This is basically the social network for employment. So you should join it. It's free for most people. You can get a slightly beefed up version of the program for a small fee. But whether you're currently employed or looking for work, it's definitely important just to join and at least start a free profile and start becoming familiar with it. You can put in your experience, your education, your skills, projects you've worked on, as well as a photo. It's always good to have a photo because it actually shows, you know, your face so people recognize you when you request them to connect with you on LinkedIn. And also it just shows you're a real person and not, you know, maybe a spam bot or something. So definitely work on getting your resume on LinkedIn, building up your experience and your profile there. You can connect with so many people on LinkedIn. For younger, you know, newer members to the workforce, you may not have a vast network of former colleagues, but you do have a lot of friends. You have friends that you serve possibly in clubs with or on student council with. You have professors and possibly bosses or colleagues from your internship. So definitely be sure to connect with those people. And for those of you who've been in the labor market, it's always good to connect with people that you remember from your past. You never really know where those connections can bring you. Don't focus solely on those you know as well. You might use this as an opportunity to connect with people through your friends that work at companies that you might want to consider, searching for employment at. So it'd be great if you could just, ask a mutual connection to introduce you and connect with some people that you don't know yet and branch out, because that is, again, what social networking really is all about. Join LinkedIn groups. This is one of my personal favorites because this is where you can join groups in industries that you might not know too much about but you think sound interesting. Or you can join groups in an area that you are a total expert in. You can jump in on conversations, have discussions with people, and establish new connections that way and new friendships. And who knows, this may actually lead to a new opportunity for you, a new job, and you might, show off your expertise, and someone might, see your talent and want to hire you. So I think this is a great way not only to increase your current job prospects, but also just increase your knowledge, connect with others, and learn more in your field. These job groups are really great for people to connect across an industry that normally might not meet. And be sure to join the conversations and chime in when you feel like you have something to add, because you'll never really get yourself out there and get the full potential of these groups if you're not participating. Show and tell. You probably remember this from your grammar school days, but it applies as an adult as well. LinkedIn is a great place to show and tell all about your expertise, whether it's in job groups or discussions, or whether it's in, your profile and highlighting projects you worked on, or uploading things into a Dropbox profile on your LinkedIn page to showcase work you've done in the past. It's just important to remember that you don't want people just to read about your accomplishments and self-promote, but you want to show what you've done. Give and receive. Write recommendations for others and ask others to write recommendations for you. This could, of course, be your former boss or a former colleague that you worked close with, or a business partner, or it could be someone you served on the student council with. Whatever experience is relevant to your life and your place in the job market, you want to think about who will speak well for you and who reflects good, on you and your social network. And lastly, of course, this whole presentation is about searching for jobs. So there's a lot of ways to look for jobs on LinkedIn. You can find jobs in companies by following companies you're interested in on LinkedIn, so when they post jobs, you find out about it. You can actually just enter keywords and search for jobs in LinkedIn's search functionality. There's a Job Insider toolbar that you can use to find job listings at Monster, or find people in your network that work at companies that you might be looking for a job at. And there's also a Career Explorer function. This is great for college students looking to map out a career path, or to find people that work in careers that they're interested in. Again, on LinkedIn, you can follow employers and follow companies to get job opening information, and also just to figure out kind of what jobs they have available and how you might fit into that company.